mean, it's amazing. You see houses that were literally picked up from their foundation and shifted over. You saw trees that were snapped in two as if they were toothpicks or something. But what was amazing to me is that you would see that, and then right next to it, you would see nothing whatsoever. I mean, houses that didn't even lose shingles off of their roof. There were two churches right in the area that didn't have any damage whatsoever, yet there were houses that were just devastated and are going to have to be destroyed and rebuilt. So it was just really amazing from that perspective. But the good things that I saw about it, just the community and the response is unbelievable. I mean, you had every mayor in Wayne County there at one time, all of them trying to pitch in, all of them trying to help. And they were telling me stories about yesterday that they had so many tractors. They had over 30 tractors show up, and they had to turn them away. Finally, they said, we got enough tractors. People bringing chainsaws. Just the community response has been just outstanding.
And as people are picking up the pieces, how long do you think that these efforts are going to be ongoing to try and get everything together, and then to even kind of get a grasp on what was the scope of this devastation?
Well, as is often the case, a lot of it depends on the individual insurance. For instance, I went by one house and the gentleman was telling me that he can't do anything to his structure right now because he's still waiting for the insurance agent to show up and to assess the value and the damage. And yet he was able to clean up in his yard and get the debris out of the way. So a lot of it depends on that. But I will tell you that I was told that yesterday the streets were impassable. And then today, they're clear, and they're clearing up that all of the debris and getting it out of the way, and the response has just been phenomenal.
And moving forward, for folks who feel like they do need a little bit of extra help, what are some of the resources and guidelines that you would offer to the public?
Well, first of all, if they need our office, we're certainly there and we want to help. GEMA is the lead agency here, the Georgia Emergency Management Agency, and they have been just phenomenal. They've done a great job and have been very responsive to the needs here. So, and keep in mind that the state was impacted by this, the entire state, particularly North Georgia as well. But they've been very responsive down here in this area and have helped people. I would encourage people to get in touch with their local officials. Most of it was in one certain neighborhood, and therefore everyone is communicating right there together.
Is it too soon to tell how this may impact the agriculture community and farmers in the area?
Actually, I don't think it's going to have any impact on many of them. It was as if the tornado just dipped down in this one spot and just kind of skipped in this one area. And then I talked to the mayor of Jessup, who actually was. I talked to the mayor of Jessup, who actually went in a helicopter yesterday, and he said that except for that one spot, you really couldn't tell any damage at all.
I also wanted to ask about, obviously, as a member of Congress, I know that you and plenty of other leaders were impacted by this wave of storms over the weekend and then on Monday. Will there be any other federal action that will be needed, as this was very damaging to a number of states and communities?
Well, it was, particularly obviously in the South, and that's to be determined, and certainly that's why we have disaster relief, and that's what it's for. These things happen, and we have to respond to them, and we do respond to them. The agencies, the emergency management agencies, and let me tell you, those guys have done an outstanding job and have just been heroes throughout all this. So we'll continue to monitor this, and certainly the aid will be there as it's needed.
Could you also talk about how these are such tremendous efforts, as the state of Georgia was already responding to an emergency declared over the coronavirus, and then there's another emergency declared about these storms. So really a double whammy here of these impacts and response.
Yeah, talk about piling on. This is the last thing we needed, but again, it brings out the best in the community. I mean, just to see everybody responding from not just from the immediate area, but areas outside of Odum and outside of Wayne County. I mean, people just showing up. I want to help. What can I do? Tell me what I can do to help.